So what do I mean? Going back to my parents' world, it's a competition between two systems, between democratic capitalism and communism. Each of them is essentially an enlightenment system that is trying to make a claim about the future that they're going to achieve. Yeah? We're going to get to socialist utopia, or we're going to get to globalized capitalism. But they're deeply, at their essence, they claim to be rational systems based on, in communism's case, science, or in the case of democratic capitalism, some sort of idea about a rational enlightenment subject. And they have a place where they're going. And in that system, the truth matters as a value, because you've got to prove that you're getting there. So thus the communists are constantly trying to prove they're achieving their utopia. They lie all the time, but they're trying to make their lies sound like truth, or have the veneer of truth. They quote statistics about how great the Soviet economic system is, even when it's nonsense. So what am I getting to? That the value of truth in a certain political discourse is tied to an idea of a rational future. As long as you have a rational future you're getting to, you need facts to prove that you're getting there. So in Russia, by the time I'd arrived there, all versions of the future had fallen away. Nobody had really believed in communism the last 20 years. And then any kind of hopes for democratic capitalism had really been destroyed by 1993, which is a pivotal year. And the thing that takes over is doubt, conspiracy thinking to re-explain the world, and the other key thing, nostalgia. Nostalgia starts to dominate Russian political discourse from the mid-90s, and by the 2000s, when I get there, just floods everything with the Russian version of Make America Great Again, which is bring Russia off its knees. Putin's one of his main slogans. But that happened in Russia. I can see how the future disappeared in Russia. But I think something similar has been happening here for a lot of people. Maybe not for the people here or in this room, because you're all, very smart and privileged and have a great future, but for the many people who don't. I think 2008 is a pivotal moment, financial crash, and the sense for many, many millions of people in the West that there isn't a bright future for them, and their kids are going to be poorer than them, and they don't have a stake in the happy, globalized future that we kind of grew up with as a given. Certainly when I was at university. It's very interesting seeing how, really from 2008, all these elements that I'd seen in Russia start to appear in propaganda in Western Europe, from the emergence of Orban in Hungary through to all sorts of things happening on the far right, the US. And in my book, I interview these kind of Russian propagandists who helped build the Putin propaganda model, this mix of doubt, conspiracy, and nostalgia. And I was like, it's weird. I now see these things that you guys specialized in Russia happen in the West. And they're like, oh yeah, you guys are catching up with us. We arrived at this point earlier than you did. We lost all of our ideas of the future in the 1990s. Now you're getting there too. Now again, there's many people in the West who don't feel this way. There's many of us who do feel there's a future and we're happy and our kids are feeling better and our kids are going to be, one day not as poor as we are. But after we've paid for their college fees. But that sense of a lack of future has disappeared for many. And it's what unites Duterte, Trump, Orban, Putin, Bolsonaro. Also, they're men of a certain age, which is very important. But they're all nostalgists.